Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Friday indeed. Whatever you're up to today, whatever it is you're working, or you're out with the dog, or you're at the gym, have a good gym session, all right? If you're going to be doing it, that comes from me. But we also are celebrating a bit of a game day. We are playing tonight at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace. So really looking forward to the game today. We're going to talk a little bit about Palace as such, a little bit of team news around both teams, sort of things to expect, and obviously my prediction. So plenty to talk about. We also do have an update around a potential contract extension for Heung Son. So I'll come to that afterwards as well. But we're talking Crystal Palace first. And I'm going to dub it the game of the ones. We're sitting in first and they're sitting in 11th. So it's all the ones. And Selhurst Park is never an easy place to go. It's when Palace are up for it, that place is rocking. That place is a difficult place to go. Roy Hodgson, obviously being a very experienced manager, knows how to set up his team. They don't ship a lot of goals, okay? They don't technically score a lot of goals, but they don't ship a lot of goals. Quite a physical team, you know, whenever you think of a Crystal Palace team, other than, you know, like your Eberechi Eze's and your Michael Elise's and things like that, normally it's, you know, very physical midfield, very physical defence. They'll kick lumps out of you in a good way. But with Palace, I think it's going to be a hell of a game. So it's going to be a game where I don't see there being a ton of goals. I really don't. You know, I don't expect to see a 4-all, you know, a 4-5, 5-5, whatever. I don't expect to see that. I expect to see, you know, 1-0, a 2-1, maybe a 1-all kind of vibe. It won't be a ton of goals in this game. That's not to say that Spurs can't score goals, and that's not to say that Palace can't score goals. Obviously can, but Palace are a difficult team at home. You know, maybe, you know, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is a bit different, but away at Selhurst Park, no easy feat. So this season, they've, in a weird way, had a very, very perfect season. They've won 3, drawn 3, lost 3. They're sitting in 11th, one place behind Chelsea and behind them on goal difference. Sitting 11 points behind Spurs, but let's be honest, Palace and Spurs, they're going to be having 2 different seasons, and I don't think Palace are going to be in any trouble of relegation for me. Especially with like Roy, they've got some really good players at Palace, really good players. So, you know, for them it'll be sort of, can we fight mid-table, maybe into the early parts of the top half of the table, you know? And I think they're having a really decent enough season early on, you know? It's not to say they couldn't crack on and have a really great season, you know? Things work in mysterious ways. When we look at some team news, I'm going to start with Palace first, being the home team. It's only fair that they get talked about first. They are missing some pretty big name players, first teamers as well. They're missing out with Michael Elise and Eberechi Eze. Supposedly they are training, but it's just one game too soon kind of vibe. They're missing defenders Nathan Ferguson and James Tompkins, as well as keeper Dean Henderson and midfielder Jeffrey Schlupp. You think Elise and Eze are like their main players, right? They're missing those two. Jeffrey Schlupp plays a lot of football at Palace. They're missing him. James Tompkins obviously playing at centre-half. That's another one. And Dean Henderson, as much as, you know, they do miss him, Sam Johnston's been a good keeper this season. You know, he's been rewarded, or I don't know if he's been rewarded or if they're rewarding him, if he hasn't signed it yet, a new contract. So definitely someone who has done well. In terms of Spurs' situation with injuries. Ange did obviously a press conference yesterday, and he was talking about Pepe Matasari. He said Pepe's fine. He bounced back 24 hours after the game. Bit of an illness, but has trained well. Destinies was still going to assess. Davies missed the Fulham game with a knock. Fair to say, Tita's on the edge, and he took a sore one. Everyone else has come through fine. I would say that, you know, yes, Pepe being fit is going to be really, really important. I think midfield is going to be a really interesting place. You know, they're a physical side. You know, we're more of a technical midfield side. That's not something that Spurs have done for all that long, really. Spurs have never been I say never have been but you know, Spurs have been more of a physical midfield that has technical ability. We've now gone the other way, where we're a bit more technical and we try and basically play around the physicality of other teams. But yeah, he says that Udogie will be assessed basically today. So we'll see really with him. I know he came off earlier on Monday night with a bit of soreness, a bit of a tight muscle. It's one of those ones you just don't want to take a risk with. You know, we were playing well enough in the game at the time. Don't want to take a risk with it. But it's nice that we do have Davies back now. So you do have a left back that can actually play now, which is good. It's something that Emerson Royale is a good enough right back backup right this second, but he's not a left back, and we did see that. And you know, Davies will make a big difference to have, basically, because the fact he can play pretty much centre half as well. So when you are trying to sort of close out a game and defend a game out, Davies can offer you that, you know. But yeah, we'll have to see on Destiny Udogie. But yeah, Sarr being fit and healthy and overcoming his illness, happy to see about that as well. Obviously, Basuma will be back today, obviously missing the Monday night game due to suspension. Obviously, I know Tita's on that 4th yellow card. Next one will be a one-match ban. Saw people kind of going, do we save him for Chelsea? Do we do this? Do we do that? For me, take every game as it comes. If he's fit and raring to go and Ange wants to play him, I say we play him. Because we should take every game is next. The game after with Chelsea is just as important as this game, okay? The fact that we could win this game, I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but we go 5 points clear at top. You know, it's always nice to be top, so it never hurts. Never hurts. It's you know, we're never really there, so it's nice every now and then. But also, in all jokes aside, we would then go that much further clear of, you know, your Newcastles, your Man Uniteds, your Chelseas, you know, the teams that are going to be vying between 4th and 6th, somewhere in there, 4th and 7th. We go that little bit further ahead of those. You know, we know obviously City, we know about Arsenal, we know about Liverpool. It's the others that we want to try and keep distancing ourselves from. You know, so in terms of the game, to be honest, I was umming and ahhing, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, do Spurs get the draw? Do Spurs get the win? I was thinking, I don't see Palace beating us. I'm going to say Spurs are going to win, and that might be heart over head a little bit, and I think we're going to win 2-1. 2-1. I think Palace will get a goal, and Palace might get a goal late on or an early on goal, but I do see Spurs do kind of controlling a lot of the game. It's definitely going to be a really exciting game. I'm really looking forward to this sort of game. This is a really great test. I mean, when you think of the away games we've had with Bournemouth and Burnley's and so on, Palace are obviously proven, sitting mid-table. They're about a mid-table team away from home. They'll be up for it. Friday night football, standalone fixture. I'm excited to see how the boys stand up to that. In terms of the team that I would expect us to play, I think that Vicario's in goal. Right back, Pedro Porro. Centre half, Romero, Mickey van der Ven. That's to be expected. Left back, I'll say Destiny, but Davies might be playing because I just don't know about that muscle tightness. Brendan Johnson needed a few weeks to recover from his, so we'll see. Midfield 3, I'm going to say Basuma does come back in. I think Sarr and Madders obviously being the 2 number 8s. And then your front 3, I think it's your front 3 from last game. I think it'll be Richie, it'll be Sonny and Kulusevski. Yeah, but let's talk about Sonny, because I've talked about the fact he might have a contract extension coming up. Basically came from Charlie Ekshire, who put out that Spurs will be looking to trigger the option on his contract to extend it to the summer of 2026. So basically we'd have 2 years left on his deal come next summer. So part of me thinks, does he get sold in 2025 or something like that? I think that one's going to hurt it a little bit more than Kane for some reason. Losing Sonny, I think, is going to hurt a little bit more. But yeah, it's good news on Sonny. It's well deserved as well when it does come around. It's been a fantastic season. He's had a bit of a revelation of a season, you know, a bit of an uptick compared to obviously an injury-riddled season last year. He's been fantastic at striker. You know, I wasn't sure if he could prolong it, and you know, because we've seen it here and there, but he's done fantastically well, and he continues to do very, very well. He's got a very beautiful link up with Maddison, that's for sure. And so good news on Sonny. Hopefully some good news on the old Palace game. But if anything else comes out today, obviously I will release a video talking about it. And we'll obviously do a review of the game coming tomorrow. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings about the game. Do you think Spurs are going to hold out for a win, draw, loss, whatever you think is going to happen? And obviously, let me know what you think about Sonny and his contract extension. Subscribe to your channel if you are new and hit the bell notification for more. But guys, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.